Oh,
don't know
yes.
about you. Listen, last weekend we celebrated the Jewish New Year, and now comes Yom Kippur, the most solemn day in the Jewish calendar.
That's right. And our next guest has been doing some entertaining for the holidays. Here sharing a few of his specialties is Brad Mahlof, winner of season 2 of PBS's The Great American Recipe. Welcome back, Brad.
Thanks so much. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So there's a lot of Jewish holidays that kind of come back to back, right?
It is. It's like a marathon of holidays.
Right. But right now you're in the fast.
The fast, yeah, the fast will be on, I think, Friday or Saturday this weekend.
And so then this is for the
break fast.
The break
so
fast.
after 25 hours of fasting, no food or no water, everyone comes and they're eager to eat. So these are kind of things that are easy to prepare and delicious, and people are, yeah.
Yeah. What are the specialties that you enjoy making the most during
For
the
breakfast?
holidays? For the holidays.
Oh, for the holiday. Wow. If you saw my holiday tape for Rosh Hashanah, it was insane.
Yeah?
I think I did like 15 different main courses. People were like, you're out of your mind.
Wow.
I'll have to show you pictures after. But definitely a brisket, matzo ball soup, different North African stews, rice, couscous, that mafroom, which you had last time.
That was
I
delicious.
still dream of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know, me too.
And the spice blend that was in that.
I appreciate
was
that.
So amazing.
And then some desserts as well.
And you did it all on your own?
All on my own. And I did the tablescape and the shopping. It's like a full-time job.
I mean,
You're a
you do
rock
it
star.
all. So for Yom Kippur, what are you doing?
So for Yom Kippur, I did some home-cured gravlax. And obviously you could buy lox or salmon from the grocery store, but at least my grocery store, it's $40 for a quarter pound. And if you're entertaining a lot of people, it's much more economic and also more delicious to do it yourself. And it's super easy. Just add some salt, some sugar, some dill, and some spices, and you let it kind of cure in the fridge for a couple days.
Okay.
And obviously you make it pretty with a nice kind of
Yeah,
charcuterie
that's
setup.
fantastic.
And then with that, I have some spinach pies, which are actually a Syrian Jewish dish. And then the bread is an enriched fruit bread with fruits and nuts.
Oh, wow.
And
Go ahead.
I drizzle a little honey on there.
Yeah.
And then
No,
my
that's
family's
great.
tradition on fast days after the fast is to have some lemonade. I'm not sure why we do it, but I think it's because after no water for 25 hours, you need something that's a little fresh.
Right.
Now, you talked about it last time you were here, about your background, your Jewish and Libyan heritage. Can you talk why it's so important for you to blend that together?
Yeah, I mean, I think firstly as a New Yorker and being Libyan, New York's a melting pot, and I think it's important to represent where you come from, who you are, and especially, there's no Jews left in Libya, so I find it important to memorialize who I am, who my family is, what our history is through our food. But, being in New York, it's important to also represent a global influence and showcase not just your own foods, but also celebrate other foods as well.
Yeah, and so you talked about Rosh Hashanah, right, and the amount of meal that you made for everybody at the table. Talk about the significance of really just coming together over the food too during a holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people gravitate and bond when they eat, and also drink. We had a lot of good wine as well, and yeah, so it's definitely a labor of love. But when I see everyone come together and enjoy the meal so much, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
Now, did you make the spinach?
I did the pies, and they're also, everything here is really easy to make. And again, like nothing has to be perfect, and I think that's the beauty of home cooking is like if you mess up, I think I forgot to put salt on the bread, but who cares? Like it doesn't really matter.
You made the bread?
I made the bread.
Wow.
He did everything. This is crazy. There's a reason why you won PBS's Great American, what is it, Great American Recipe?
Yeah.
Because
Wow, that's
all of
delicious.
this is delicious.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
What's next for you?
Right now, I'm doing like some private catering stuff, but my dream is maybe to have a restaurant, but everything needs to kind of fall into place.
Well, we talked about this last time, about the idea of opening a restaurant, because I think it would do pretty darn well, not only because you're so successful, but because we can attest to the fact that the food is really, really
appreciate
good.
that.
What would you do? Would you do a kind of a fusion?
It would be a fusion. I think my food style is very global, but definitely with an emphasis on kind of fresh ingredients, keep it simple. I want people to feel like they're eating at home when they come to my restaurant.
Yes,
something like
I
that,
love
where it
that
doesn't
idea.
feel too pretentious. There's not like tons of butter, tons of like kind of those additives that restaurants generally add.
Yeah.
And just more like simple home cooked food that you can, hopefully order at a restaurant.
Do you post your recipes anywhere? Can people follow you somewhere?
I do. I have Cook with Brad, which is my Instagram account, and I also have cookwithbrad.com, which is my my food blog.
Okay, and that's where people can learn to make some of this stuff.
Absolutely.
And so the salmon, just like, walk me through this one more time. So it's like I don't want to. It's like a lox.
Yeah, it's not smoked, but it's essentially cured salmon.
Okay.
So it's comparable to lox, and it's so easy to make. And you guys need to try it. I don't know if you guys like lox.
Oh, no,
but,
I do.
I like to put a cracker, some bread, with a little salmon roe, a little bit of the lox, and either with creme fraiche or mustard.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll do that during the break.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to reach over the whole. I'm
whole
going to climb over in a second to eat it all.
So during the holidays, though, because you're such a good cook, has everyone kind of passed all the responsibilities
Absolutely.
to you
It
now?
used to be my mom, and I think it took a while for my mom to just give it up, because I think she also took pride in her food, and her food's amazing as well.
Are you better though?
You know what?
Oh.
I don't want to say it on air, but
break.
yeah, exactly. But no, but she's amazing. I learned so much from her, and I think she also finds it a little bit nice now that she doesn't have to. She can take the back seat a little bit.
And she must be so proud of you.
She is.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
thanks
thank you.
again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
This
for
is
this
delicious.
beautiful spread. These Spanish pies are amazing.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you and
Come back for matzo ball soup.
matzo ball
Matzo ball
soup.
soup and Hanukkah. I do a beautiful caviar
I'm holding-
latke, so you guys need to come.
I'm holding you to the matzo ball soup.
You got
But
it.
I want the recipe for this. 'cause
Okay,
it's
that's on my
delicious.
blog.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'll be
Excuse
checking
me.
it out.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, so this weekend is
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur, and so good luck with the fast.
Thank
and
you so much.
Hopefully you get to have a
And
beautiful.
it's
spread
miserable,
like this.
25 hours
I'm sure.
to atone for your sins, and
But
then
then you
you get
get
to
this.
feast, so it's worth
Right.
it.
All right. Thanks
Okay.
again.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.